former DJ Jonathan King, 73, used his fame to sexually abuse 11 boys as young as 14 in the 1970s and 80s after luring them into his Rolls-Royce, plying them with alcohol and showering them with gifts. Former music mogul Jonathan King used his fame to sexually assault teenage boys after showering them with gifts, a court has heard. The convicted sex offender, 73, allegedly exploited his position in the record industry to carry out attacks on 11 teenagers as young as 14 in the 1970s and 1980s. King, an ex-pop star and producer for acts including Genesis, is said to have lured youngsters into his Daimler or Rolls-Royce cars before driving them home, where they were plied with alcohol. He also gave them presents, including records and concert tickets, showed them pornography and made false promises of sex with teenage girls, said prosecutor Rosina Cottage-Gucci. When they were in his power and in no position to repel his advances, he would assault them. It appears that it was a game of manipulation and power over boys aged about 13 to 16, she said. He would play the same routine again and again, hone for success. King, of Bayswater, central London, is standing trial at Southwark Crown Court where he denies 24 serious sexual assault charges against boys aged between 14 and 16, alleged to have taken place between 1970 and 1988. Dressed in a dark suit, white shirt, blue tie and colorful trainers, he appeared in court under his real name, Kenneth George King. Wearing round glasses and a bum bag, he sat expressionless in the dock as the case against him was opened. A jury was told King denies he would ever have sex with anyone underage or force himself on someone without consent. But the prosecutor said his denials are hollow and revealed he was convicted in 2001 of sexual offenses against 5 teenage boys in the 1980s. Referring to the current allegations, she added, he claims not to know or remember most of the boys, despite their photographs or letters or addresses and details still being in his home up to 30 years later, like trophies kept for his own private perusal. The court heard King would target straight, immature boys, securing sex by showering them with gifts of records, concert tickets, meals and alcohol, as well as paying insincere compliments and making false promises. M's Cottage said, this case concerns sexual assaults by this defendant upon 11 teenage boys in the 1970s and 1980s. The defendant used his position in the music industry and his fame to lure boys into his Daimler or Rolls-Royce, where he would flatter them and pretend that they could help him with research or promotion. He would then drive them to his home where he would give them alcohol and promise them sex with teenage girls and show them pornography. The trial, which could last until August, continues.